I'm Max, co-president for the U of A Bladesmithing team. I handle a lot of the knife making stuff and equipment acquisition.
Hello, my name is Benita and I am the other co-president and I was handling the media.
Hi, my name is Manal and I am the secretary and I handle all the admin tasks.
Hi, I'm Nura.
And I'm Cate.
And we're the project leads. We work under Max to oversee the knife making group.
So this is our blade. The actual blade portion was made of 6150 stainless steel, which had been acquired from a recycled leaf spring.
The guard right here was made from some scrap aluminum that we had on hand. We also have some scrap wood underneath the leather to act as a support for the handle.
The leather was acquired from a local hunter and we had printed on the logo.
We also have some handle pins that were recycled from a broken shopping cart that were made of galvanized steel. And overall, the blade is made from 100% recycled and scrap materials that we already had on hand.
Our blade design was inspired by a variety of Japanese and Western styles. For Japanese influences, we have katanas generally. This is what gives our blade its general shape, as well as the steel selection. We have a softer outer steel and harder inner steel. Our primary European influence with this knife was the Bundeswehr service knife. This is what gives us our straight cut tanto tip, our saber or half straight grind, and our lack of back bevels. Moving to the handle, it is entirely Western/European inspired, with the pommel specifically being inspired by a piece in the Danish Royal Treasury. To reflect our Canadian culture, we have included the beaver, national animal of Canada, and symbol of our engineering department, on the leather of our knife's handle. We have also included, as the pommel, the Canada Goose, renowned national symbol.
And now we will explain the blade making process.
We began making the blade by cutting our raw leaf spring into workable billets. Next, we hand forged these billets at a local blacksmithing company named Forge Co. at 1300 degrees Celsius over a span of 5 hours using a gas furnace. Forging was done by hammering the billets at intervals of approximately 30 seconds before returning these billets back into the furnace. We also hot cut the end of the billet at a 45-degree angle, which is a traditional Japanese bladesmithing style. Once blades were in the desired shape, we quenched the blade to room temperature, ground out the oxide layer and hammer marks with 120 grit paper.
Next, the blade was normalized at 950 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes and air-cooled to room temperature to correct any deformities from forging. Afterwards, we coated in clay, then austenitized at 850 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. Then, we partially cooled for 5 seconds in room temperature water before allowing it to air-cool. We then ground the blade using 120 grit sandpaper to remove any surface impurities and improve aesthetics. Using a drill press, we pinned holes in the blade and assembled the handle.
And now we will go into pommel making.
As previously mentioned, the goose head was inspired by the pommel of a Danish royal treasury, which then was replicated into a wax figure which was used to attempt investment casting.
However, investment casting did not work and we had to find another method. We then went to sand casting instead.
So a plaster version of the goose head was used to imprint sand and create a sand mold, and graphite was sprinkled into it as mold release.
We then filled said mold with homemade pewter as we previously mentioned and allowed it to harden for 30 minutes. After releasing, it was a bit rough on the edges, so we polished it until it was shiny.
Lastly, we attached this goose head using some galvanized steel pins to the final blade design. The University of Alberta Bladesmithing team thanks you all for watching.